He's a man with a story that he's going to tell you about. The name of the book is After Dark, Birth of the Disco Dance Party. I feel like we should have music going on, Noel. Don't you think we should have a little disco music going?
Absolutely. That would make us want to get up and dance.
Yes, it celebrates the 50th anniversary of the start of the disco craze. This is the first-hand account of how a group of young men helped ignite the most important cultural happening of the 70s, the disco boom. Unlike the movies that you've seen, this is this true story.
That's right. That's right.
So tell us about it. Tell us how
Sure.
this book came about.
Well, it was very exciting, and it was fortuitous for us because I started working in Midtown Manhattan, my first corporate job out of college for Young and Rubicam, the big ad agency on Madison Avenue. And after work, I used to hang out with some of my friends who also worked in Midtown, a couple of guys, and we really didn't have any place to go that we felt comfortable and good about. They didn't play the right music. We didn't see people we knew. And I recognized that there was a growing number of young African-American professionals beginning to work in Midtown in growing numbers. And none of them stayed in Midtown after work. They went uptown or to the outer boroughs, to their own neighborhoods to hang out or relax and have fun with friends. So I saw an opportunity in Midtown Manhattan. And at that time, you have to recognize that Midtown was a center of commerce and business for New York City. It was not Wall Street. Wall Street didn't really amount to much at that point in time. It was really kind of a desolate area and
So
not
what
much money.
year? So tell our audience what year. What year are we in?
1970.
Okay.
1970. It was a period of very high crime that also led to a lot of white collar workers leaving the city and creating a tremendous budget shortfall for the city. So they had very few police officers in uniform. Crime was out of control. The mafia was at its peak power. So people fled New York City, especially Midtown, after dark. And for those of us who worked there in Midtown, we recognized that we could create an opportunity to provide a social environment where the young emerging Black middle class could hang out and around folks with a similar set of experiences and shared experiences and feel comfortable and enjoy themselves. So we created discotheques with recorded music and spaces that previously had been either restaurants or nightclubs with big bands, live music.
So, okay, wait a minute. So you created discotheques.
Yes.
So you guys bankrolled this yourself? You rented the space? What?
We did both. You know, take a club like Le Martinique, which some of your viewers may remember. Le Martinique was a nightclub with live orchestra. They had people like Frank Sinatra and Zero Mostel. It was a supper club with dinner served. And they were dying on the vine because no one was hanging around New York City due to the high crime rate. So we knocked on the door and they were very happy to see us because we brought in a white collar crowd with lots of money in their pocket, dressed nicely. And we bought a state-of-the-art sound system, which was relatively new at that point in time. Big volume, crystal clear music. It was not attainable 20 years or 10 years before. But in 1970, 71, it was. And we actually opened the doors of our first discotheque in February 1971. And it started off a little slow and built up very quickly. And
so how did the word get around?
Word of mouth. In fact, we made a decision. There were 8 of us who were involved in this because we started out as a social club where we gave 3 or 4 dances a year and decided this recorded music was the way to go. We transformed ourselves into a business, but we decided that radio would be a bad idea, mass media, a bad idea, because there were so many bad actors in New York back then. We were afraid of the violence that they might bring into our space.
So you mean people who pay to play and that sort of thing?
Well, no, not so much pay to play, which sounds like racketeering, but
yeah.
It was more, we wanted to focus on the college educated, white collar, emerging Black middle class in Midtown Manhattan. That was our audience. We didn't want riffraff. We were afraid of just having everyone come. If you go on radio, 99% of the people are great, but that 1% you got to worry about.
I see. Now, did you guys have bouncers?
Yes, we had a bouncer. We paid a bouncer $25 a night. With one bouncer a night.
I do remember, all of the parties that I went to, the house parties that I went to in the late 60s and the early 70s. And there was always a couple of guys we didn't pay them, but they were like the designated bouncers to stand at the door, and make sure, like, who invited you?
Yeah,
So
it
you
was.
guys started your discos, and people started coming, and it blossomed to how many?
Well, the recorded music sound was